Hello and welcome to session 5 of Eyes of Saemyth. We're going to get straight back into it, but first we want a recap. Who would like to give us our recap for this week and get a roll of inspiration? Odie, I do believe you're the only one who hasn't done it yet.
I don't know it.
You don't have to do it. Someone else can take that inspiration.
I don't want it.
You want it? No? Okay, who wants to take the recap this week? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If the others let him go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Odie, I just landed on you. You're doing a recap. Come on, honey. Lyre, give us a recap of what happened last week.
Fuck, I don't even remember. All right, let me think. Where the fuck did we start last week? That's right. Okay, so last time on this game, the party woke up in the tavern after a long night of tomfoolery, if you will. Each individual member of the party had a moment to talk amongst themselves and chat. Friendships were grown, bonds were made, jokes were had, laughs were had. The party then decided to set off to the Green Company to talk to Landgrave about Sinza's specific interest in Kindred of Ash, I believe it's... Yes. And their whereabouts within the city. A deal was made where us, the party, were to go and investigate the Amber District that had gone quiet, and the brother of Sabers almost vanished. Upon arrival, I almost threw up when we came across a church-turned hospital. And then we walked inside. There was a lot of coughing, a lot of spluttering, a lot of blood. We met a priest. He was cool, though infected. And we also learned that this disease had spread rapidly in a matter of weeks. Upon some further investigation from us all, we learned that infernal runes had been inscribed on those infected, along their ribs, funnily enough. We learned that there was some kind of enchantment magic happening to people who were taken and then returned, so they couldn't remember what had happened. And strange altercations to their ribcage is a thing. Sinza got sick, we think, maybe, possibly. Just started getting tight. Ran outside. We also learned that a lich might be behind all this. And the party regrouped outside of the creepy-ass hospital church. Toby, take it away.
Nice. Well done. Take your inspiration. You're going to fucking need
it.
So, you have all regrouped outside of the House of Kinship in the Amber District. It's just as dreary as it was when you walked in. You've been given a sign from Ymir that a spirit has been directing you towards the nearest hospital. Not hospital, library. The nearest library. So, what are you guys doing? You're just outside.
We haven't been told. Have we been told about the library clue? Would that have been communicated to Kaiden and Sinza?
I believe it was communicated to Lyre, but Ymir is yet to tell the two of you two because you went outside prior to them finding that out. I'll do my best to play Ymir in this session. I'm just a little girl in a big city, so I'll do my best.
Perfect. Jade's gonna kill you. I can feel Jade's spirit strangling you.
Alright, well, I guess Lyre will walk outside. Is everything alright, friends? Everything okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, all good. Did you find anything else out?
Will Ymir talk to a spirit? All the direction from one?
Yes, I did. I talked to a spirit, and they said that we are supposed to be going to the library, I think.
There's something stuck in your throat, Ymir.
Sorry. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna keep this up for long. I will enjoy that because I will
You're
just
fine.
say if you
I'm
want Ymir
enjoying
to do
it.
something.
It's great. Oh my god.
I think Ymir's infected.
Mhm.
Put her down.
Come here, Ymir.
I'm sorry.
Come
Just
where?
Look at the pretty flowers. Look at the pretty flowers.
I'm sorry, little one. Anyway, but yes, the spirit is pointing us towards the library. I promise it's not my idea.
I mean, our plan was to go to the library anyway, so I mean,
Was it?
That's good. I think originally you wanted to kind of come into the Amber District, possibly pass through the library, have a little look-see.
Well, yeah, that was just pure selfish want. But yeah,
Well, we can go to the library now.
I mean, I guess.
Did you get directions to the library, or do you know where it is?
Be right back. I'm gonna go back inside real quick.
Not back inside. Aurelio is
You
still
don't know where
at
it
the
is.
like table desk thing.
Aurelio,
Yes, hello.
where's the library?
It is like 2, 3 streets down. Very hard to miss.
Is it big? Like
No,
big building or like a
it's-
small one?
It's pretty small. It's a
Is there
community
like
library.
Is there a signage?
Yes, there's a sign outside.
Oh,
You'll see
great.
it,
Love your work. We'll talk to you later. And I will leave. We 2 blocks down that way. There's a sign out the front.
Awesome.
I've now labelled things on your map.
Hey, thanks, man.
Can I roll an insight check against Sinza just to see how they're feeling? Because
Yeah,
they kept
if
saying,
you'd
I'm
like.
fine, I'm fine, and it seemed very odd to Kaiden.
Since if you'd like to make a persuasion or a deception check, you do not have to tell us which, as a contested roll.
It's a 14.
I'm gonna have to double check because I landed on a 14. Just give me 1 second. Sorry.
Fuck.
Yeah, she rolled a 16. She seems fine. Like she's kind of pushed herself back into that like cheerful persona that she usually carries as soon as Lyre and Ymir appeared outside. She seems fine.
Okay.
No real like strangeness continuing on.
She's not coughing or anything.
Not at the moment, no.
Right, which way did you say it was again? It's just walking the wrong direction.
That way.
Alright.
Alright, so you guys all begin to head down the street. As expected, it was only a couple of streets down. It's small, unassuming. There is a sign out front that says Community Library. Doesn't seem like anything particularly special, but it's nice. As you're kind of looking at it from the outside, it looks like it hasn't been tended to properly, maybe in quite some time. Windows need a good clean. You know, it's some of the lanterns have been burnt out. It's just sort of needs a bit of TLC, as is common for your public libraries. But are you heading inside?
Is there like a sign that shows, is it open or is it like boarded up, or is there one of those like sigils painted on the door of like "Do not enter, dead inside"?
There's nothing on the door. It seems like the door is open just a little, and there is a sign on the door that says open.
Okay. Yeah, Sinza will push open the door. She's gonna kind of peek her head in first. She's like a little cautious with the current environment we're in. Do I see anyone inside?
Not from the doorway.
Should take a step
You
in.
see a lot of rows of books. You're met with a cozy little building. Lots and lots of books are rowed up. A few of the lanterns are lit in here. Ymir is closest to the far side, and she kind of nudges you, Sinza, and lets you know that she thinks there is someone else in the room. As you walk in,
Anyone home?
you hear the sound of footsteps, but you don't see anyone.
We don't bite.
Still no sound.
Friendly.
I mean,
Since
we're in a plague-filled city. I think they're just scared.
Possibly. Since it's gonna make her way. Is there like a desk? Like it looks like there's like a desk there. Is there like a bell on it I can ring?
Yeah, there's like a little like tin bell. As you're welcome to head over to the desk. Move around as you like. And as you kind of turn the corner and go to ring the bell, you like look over and you see a short satyr-like Elenian, dressed in red and black, the sanguine sigil on one shoulder, next to a completely trashed like couple of bookshelves that have been torn to pieces. There's books scattered on the floor. There's a broken lantern, and they have a small knife pointed in your direction. They look scared.
Whoa. Okay. I'm not gonna hurt you if you don't point that thing in my direction. Just put the knife away. We don't mean any harm. We're just in here curiously.
They kind of stand up a bit straighter. Sheath the knife again. Sorry, I thought you might have been somebody else.
Who is that someone else? Who do you think we were?
They squint. That is not your business.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm Sinza. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Oleander.
Oleander.
Ollie is
Lovely.
fine.
Ollie. Okay. Lovely to meet you. I'm here with a couple other friends. We're just here curiously. There's 3 others, just so you don't get startled by them.
You just pop around the corner.
I suppose that's
Right, so my friend's looking for books here.
I'm not a librarian.
This
Right.
isn't your shop?
No.
Oh.
They're a member of the Sanguine. The emblem.
Hmm.
They're
You
out
have
of
a
their
keen eye.
territory.
Huh. And they kind of take a step back. Whoever's looking at them, because I suppose Lyre, have you moved over with them?
Yeah, so I forget to move my token. My apologies.
You can roll me a perception check on this person.
10.
All of you are allowed to make a perception if you like.
After you failed, someone else make it, please.
No. I did say it was like if
We're all
you'd
looking.
like to.
Someone else.
Anyone who's looking.
It's just the way you went, everyone else can also make one.
Everyone else can roll. No.
Afterwards.
Someone fix his fucking mistake, please.
No.
Got a dirty 20.
30,
13.
13. So Lyre and Sinza, the two of you are looking at this small figure, sort of short horns on the forehead, quite a deer-like face, with pointed ears and sort of a big bush of brown hair. They have cloven feet, almost similar to Sinza and Kaiden. And they are dressed in as described, sanguine clothing, or at least what you'd assume to be. They're not wearing the same almost like culty gear that you had come across with the sanguine when you had first encountered them in the Green Company district. Kaiden, she has bright red eyes, and there is something just slightly off about her.
Is Kaiden smart enough to register the red being anything?
That's your call.
Intelligence check? See how smart you are, smart boy?
Yeah, you can roll an intelligence check if you'd like. And see
Come on,
how
smart
if you
boy.
got able to figure this out.
What's your intelligence modifier?
Mr. Minus
Can you-
2.
-2.
Oh, so that's a 15.
A 15, okay.
You're pretty good.
It's not typical for a satyr to have this color eyes. By any stretch of the imagination, this is a very uncommon eye color. It's the same eye color as the thrall that you dealt with in the street.
Why have you got red eyes?
You can't
They
just
kind of
ask
blink
someone
at
that.
you.
They have red eyes. It's not a normal colour.
Maybe green is not the normal color.
Are my eyes green?
Are they?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really checked before.
Can I look at Kaiden's eyes and see what color his eyes are? Please?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
What color are they, Dex?
They're green.
Okay.
Kaiden
Honey,
doesn't-
you have... She kind of like meets your face and like looks at you. Yes, you have green eyes, sweetheart.
Alright, no, I'm pretty sure green is normal because I have green eyes and nature's very green.
What makes you normal?
Fucking hell. Don't look at me. I'm not going to help you in this situation since you talk to them. You mentioned the red eyes.
Well, I don't know, but I know red's not normal.
Fine,
Eye
if you must
colour.
know, I'm a vampire. There you go.
Oh,
Put it out
just
there.
casually.
Just casually.
Are you sick?
Look, I didn't ask for this, so. Sick? Sick? Oh, sick. No, I'm not sick.
Interesting. We encountered one of your brethren, friends. Do vampires like each other?
No.
We
At
encountered
least
one
I
of
don't
your
Not all
kind.
vampires know each other.
We encountered Jesus. We encountered one of your kind who was plagued with this plague.
Plagued with this plague. Oh,
Yes.
really great words, right? Yes, well, it does spread to some of us.
Aren't you meant to be immortal? Or like undead?
Not immortal, no. It doesn't stop us from being carriers.
Are you a carrier?
No,
Are you sure?
trust me.
Do you create the carriers? You say that with very much confidence.
They frown. Why do you want to know so bad?
Because we're gonna save the city.
They kind of pull a face at you and cross their arms.
It's genuinely curiosity. This plague has come over in weeks. People have disappeared. There's enchantment magic behind it all as well. This is curious.
So you've done your research. They kind of
That's what I came here to
frown
do.
again at you and look like they're thinking about something for a few moments.
Right. Sinza,
Mm.
I want to read.
Yeah, you can go
You
read.
got this?
Yeah, I'm fine. You go
Okay.
read.
You give me a shout if you need me, okay?
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay. I'm gonna books. And
So
Lyre just starts.
you see the book icons on the screen. If you click on them, they should open a book for you, and you can go and read. If they don't, let me know, and I will very quickly fix that.
I can't see any.
That
Oh, there it is.
that should work. There you go.
Yeah.
Ollie takes a few kind of hesitant steps forward. The closer they get to you, the more obvious this difference between you and them is. But again, Kaiden, there's just something off about them, and you don't know what it is. It doesn't seem to be the vampirism; it's something else. And something in the back of your mind is telling you there's something wrong here. They seem to be thinking very deeply about something and looking in your direction and not saying anything.
Kaden's gonna just move around just to see if they keep staring.
They don't seem to have their eyes specifically on you. It seems to flip between your party members. You're strange ones.
I'd say the same about you.
Well, usually I would be attacked on sight.
Conversation's sometimes easier first. Why do I have to pull my blade if you're not going to harm us?
There should be more people like you in the city.
Dying breed. Literally, that. You just here for some light reading, or?
Investigating what happened here.
In the library, or in the Amber District as a whole?
They point to the state of the bookshelves next to them.
Find anything interesting?
It seems like they took what they wanted to take. Everything else has just sort of been wrecked.
Since actually going to make her way over there, like just kind of like casually. She doesn't seem too bothered by him. Sorry, him, her, they. I'm sorry.
They don't seem to They don't seem to care what pronouns you use for them.
Awesome.
So they are any pronouns.
Mm-hmm. And can I make just like a general? What was on these shelves?
Investigation check for me, please.
Sure. 22. Damn.
Looks like a lot of these books are to do with alchemy, magic. A lot of them have been scrawled out, torn to pieces. Bits of the pages have been covered in black ink. It seems like someone found something they wanted and didn't want anyone else to find it. There are a few pages on, like in a book on magic, that have been torn out, and the rest of the paper has been burned.
Is it from a specific book?
You're kind of
associate it
flicking
with?
through it. You find
Yeah.
the contents page, and you're kind of adding up what numbers you can find. It looks like they have taken a few pages about something called wild magic.
Oh, interesting. Hey, Kaiden,
Yeah.
can you come here a second, my darling? She kind of shows the book to Kaiden. Someone's taking things on wild magic.
Is that a type of magic?
Yes.
Is this
Kaiden.
connected to the infection?
Okay. Honey, that's what your magic is in terms of, like, association. It's called wild magic.
No, I do druidic magic. I don't use wild magic.
I may have to retcon this entirely because I'm not sure if I can associate it with this.
In what fashion?
Would Sinza have the knowledge to know the kind of magic that Kaiden uses? With the time that she spent with Kaiden and the times that she saw him using that kind of magic, would she be able to associate it?
You might not know exactly what wild magic is, but you would have been told stories of it. A lot of people are aware of like wild magic as a concept, because it is what made Elenians. You are born of wild magic.
Okay. So it's like it's like a genre of magic per se. Does that make sense to you?
No.
Okay. Basically, I thought this would interest you because whatever was taken from here, they were looking for stuff on wild magic, which is, in a way, the kind of magic that you associate with.
I thought it was only druidic magic. Is druidic magic wild magic? It's like from the wilds? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, in a way.
Well, I don't know much about my own magic other than I've tried to use druidic magic a long time, but it's always kind of gone wrong or not worked.
That's something we might circle back to in another conversation, I think. What do you mean? Okay. Is there anything else of interest, Toby, that I can see, or is it just these? Actually, I want to ask you something. If these pages are covered in ink, if I hold them to a light source, can I see anything shining through? Any words that I can make out possibly?
Okay. I hold them up to one of the lanterns. It seems like the printed ink, or at least the ink that has been written here, is not the same as the ink that has been poured over it. And so when you do hold it up to a light source, you can very, very faintly see the words. But you're seeing pages on ritual magic, on studies of previous necromantic magics. You see pages on some interesting things, historical recollections of mages that use these types of magic. Just further on in the book, you see historical recollections of people who used wild magic. It's very difficult to read, but can be deciphered with enough time.
Okay. I think Sinza's going to pocket those, 100%. Okay. And then she's going to look to Ollie. Did you work
They've been watching
out?
you this whole time with a little notepad, and they seem to have been writing something down.
You can just ask me questions. Is there something you want to know?
So you, points at Kaiden, you can use wild magic.
No.
No.
Roll me a deception check at disadvantage, babe.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to kill this person now. Fuck's sake. Come on, smart boy.
That's a 12.
They frown. You're in a lot of danger here. You should get out of the city.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? by that.
They kind of look around. Is it just you guys in here?
There's 4 of
Yeah.
us.
They go to Sinza, and they're going to offer a hand to you.
You're not going to shock me?
Why would I have need to?
Fair point. And she puts a huge hand in this tiny hand.
You're expecting to feel fur. You don't. You
Oh.
feel almost this waxy surface. It's warm. And they're looking at you expectantly.
Is there something I'm meant to be feeling, saying?
Roll me an Arcana check.
19.
You've seen Damius use this before. When certain people have travelled through town, Damius would disguise himself to avoid confrontation, he'd used to tell you. This person is using the disguise self spell, and their appearance is illusory.
She kind of smiles at him. Oh, them, sorry. What are you hiding from?
They look at the door again, or look around to check that they're alone, and lean in. I'm not actually one of the Sanguine. I'm working for another organization as an undercover.
Oh, deep cover.
They currently haven't been able to figure out that I'm not one of them.
Who are you working for?
Have you ever heard of the Dais of the Long Dark?
Have I? With perchance?
Roll me a history check, please.
So much dice rolling. Ah,
Have I heard of them?
12.
Roll me a history check.
A natural 6, so that's gonna be 4.
No. Kaiden, you're not from the city. This is all pretty brand new to you. The concept that these houses that are built full of books, you've never seen so many books in your life. The amount of paper, how many trees had to get cut down for this? You're like, oh my god, this is Sinza.
Mm-hmm.
What did you roll, love?
12, sorry.
12. It doesn't ring any bells. Yeah, no, doesn't seem to click. You haven't heard of them.
I haven't, unfortunately.
Think of us like how do I explain it? When the guards fail you, the Long Dice will intervene.
Noble.
And the guards here don't seem to be doing an awful lot.
I mean, it's a town of thieves, right?
The diocese decided to intervene to find out what is happening. It's nice to meet other people who have the same motivations.
I mean, maybe we can help each other if you're looking for the same thing we are. If you have any information that may help us, we'd be happy to
can see what I
possibly
can
share.
do. I've been finding these numbers, well, just the one, at the moment, inside the library. They've been carved on the back of one of the bookshelves or I'm assuming hidden under a desk or something. But I found the number 5, and I have a feeling that it means something. Um, I can't imagine it is the only number, but it is the only one that I've been able to find. Perhaps I'm not looking in the right places?
Sorry, did you say that the number was within this library?
They point to the desk that you went to when you got here. It is just under the desk.
Give me one moment. I think she's going to wander over and she wants to inspect it herself.
Investigation check, please.
A 15.
You run your hand onto the desk, and you can feel it carved into the wood. Is the symbol for the number 5 in Sauron. And as you kind of tilt your head, you have a look at it. And it's interesting because you can see, you can feel that it's the number 5, like you're running your hand over it. When you look at it, there is this kind of wobble of magic over it that makes it difficult to decipher.
Interesting. I wonder where they're trying to hide it. I mean, you're right in, assuming that they're trying to hide these numbers. If they are hiding it, it must mean something.
Despite what I am, I'm not really magically versed, if you catch my drift. So I'm not very good when it comes to figuring out,
Might have someone who can help with that. Lyre!
Over the bookshelves, Lyre, you hear Sinza yelling for you. You muted, love.
Sorry, huh? What?
Lyre!
It's deep in his books.
What?
Can I steal your attention for like 5 seconds and then you can go back to your books?
What?
I also have some cool papers for you that have some necromantic stuff that you might want to have a look at.
Go on.
I'll do you a trade.
What do you want, Sinza?
So there's a marking under this desk. There's an illusion with some kind of magic that's covering it. Can you do like your thing that you do and see what's possibly causing it?
Are you sure that the mark itself is radiating arcane energy?
I mean, there's a slight wobble to it. Like, I can feel it, but I can't see it.
Okay. Sure. I will cast Detect Magic at first level. Toby?
You get a very strong ping of illusory magic from Ollie.
Interesting.
Specifically on a pendant around their neck. And then a ping of it underneath the table.
I have a 30-foot radius. Is anything else in the room lit up?
Let me have a look. Okay, so... Okay.
It also tells me the type of school of magic.
So it's illusory from under the table as well.
Okay.
You get another ping from over here.
I'll make my way over there. Trek
Okay.
on down.
You
They're wearing a illusionary necklace. That's not their form. Under the desk is also illusionary magic. And down here...
Damn, is it that obvious?
What's down here? Sorry, Toby? Down by these books?
Behind some of the books, you're having to like push some of the books out of the way. On the shelf itself, at the back, you have the same sort of wobble of illusory magic.
And is there a symbol or anything?
You can't see anything per se. It looks like it's being scrambled. It looks like it's text, but it's changing. You can roll me an Arcana check to see if you can decipher what spell this is.
Okay. Arcana?
Yeah.
Fuck! 9.
You've not seen this one before.
Even with Eyes of the Runekeeper, I don't know
Ooh,
this.
No, this makes it. You wouldn't know that. Even with your Eyes of the Runekeeper, you cannot read it. Something is preventing you from reading it.
That is frustrating. I don't yet have the skills to deter these illusions, but if you're looking for more markings, I guess there's a scattered spell of sorts here. I can't read it well. Toby, so this, we know they're wearing like an illusion now.
Yeah, you are very much aware that this person is disguised.
I'll head back over to them. Ollie, was it?
Yes, sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Lyre. It's a pleasure.
They offer you a hand.
He'll shake it.
Again, you get that sensation of the wax on, like, it doesn't feel like skin.
So you're not a satyr?
No.
May I
I'm not
ask?
a vampire either.
Ah, shame. May I ask what you are?
For a moment, they pull a hand over their face. I'm going to drop in your whispers what you see.
Ah! Secrets. Fuck you guys. I know you don't. Fuck you, Lav. You just hear Lyre scream and turn to stone. But
That's what the baby cries are in the soundtrack.
Wait, really?
turns to Medusa. Just woof. Oh. Have I seen this race before?
No, you've never seen this race before.
You are beautiful.
Interesting. Usually people call me an alien.
No. Very intriguing. I do not know your race. My apologies.
I am a Druyar.
A Droyar.
I'm half Fae. People think I'm a bad omen, so I tend to keep my appearance disguised.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you anyway, Ollie.
And yourself, you are a scholar? Mage?
A mage of sorts, self-taught, rather proud.
I can tell by what you dress like.
Thanks.
No, not the proud part. I meant that you are a mage. I can tell that you are a mage. That is what... I'm not very good at this whole social thing. This is not my remit. Sorry. And they kind of look at the floor.
Okay. Looking at their vampire-like form,
It goes back up after they've shown you, so...
what kind of vampire? What are their features?
They seem to be standard kind of thrall. They seem like they have chosen the form of a satyr who was turned.
Okay. Interesting. Huh. So, I missed everything as I was in my studies. Why are you here?
I am an agent who is undercover looking into the Sanguine on behalf of my own company, you could say.
Okay. What is it exactly you're researching?
We're
We're
trying
searching
to
the...
stop them, so I think we have a common goal.
Are you to stop the disease or them?
Both.
Can I insight check that? I want to know
Yeah.
if they just have one specific goal. Hey, 18.
Seems like they're being honest.
Okay. Do you
They
have
shouldn't be
any...
venturing this far up.
No, we've heard. And you were looking for markings in this place.
I found one under the desk, but I could only read it when I kind of felt over it. I don't really understand how magic works. Truly, I'm a monk.
Right. Well, over in that bookcase, there is another illusionary marking.
Oh,
A spell of
oh,
sorts that
you
is...
just found it like that? Oh, okay. And they seem a little shocked. I've been looking for them for a while now.
Yeah, no, it takes 5 minutes.
Oh, I told them to send me out with somebody who is magically capable, and they said, no, we do not have enough people right now. Oh dear. And
Give me
now
your
I'm
hand.
stuck here. Okay. And they hand their hand over to you.
Lyre will turn it so their palm is facing towards him, and he'll place it on his heart. So when it comes to magic and finding its source, it takes a steady pace. Follow the beat. And feel the weave. Anyone can find magic anywhere. You just gotta look in the right places at the right time.
You know, I wish I could. But, unlike a lot of people like me, not that there are very many, they're all very magically capable. They are naturally attuned to the weave. That is part of who they are as Fae. I think I was born wrong. I have no connection at all. I am a no mage. I'm not able to cast magic.
I was the same.
They kind of frown at you. But that's not how that works. Yeah, that's not possible.
I made it possible. No one, nothing was going to tell me if I could or could not use magic. No human, no creature, no god. I took it and made it mine. Anyone can.
You watch them slowly pull their hand away from you. Their eyes don't leave yours. Right. Okay. Interesting.
This world...
Where do you... No, please.
This world and the people in it hold limitations on themselves. I don't believe in limitations. Anyone can become anything if they want it enough. What is it you want, Ollie?
I want the people of this city to be safe.
Right. That sort of falls into the same category. You just have to look in the right places.
Well, clearly you're better at that than me. You've already found one of the other numbers. I don't know how many I'm looking for, but perhaps that'll be useful.
We can take a look around. I also found a book that has every single vampire organization in this world. Every known one.
I am mostly aware of them, but it's good that you're clued in as well.
I believe we're dealing with the Covenant in this city, right?
I believe it is the convent, yes.
The convent, right. 𝘏𝘪𝘵𝘮𝘭𝘥 rules this convent.
From what I've heard of the convent, they're not exactly the nicest of people. And what I've seen, being on the inside, they're not. Your friend, whose magic lies in the wild nature of things, they are in danger. They need to not be here.
Why are they in danger for their abilities?
They're looking into wild magics at the moment as they're trying to make this disease more virulent and mutating it using wild magic could give unpredictable results. We don't know, it could kill it outright. It could make it so virulent it takes off the entirety of the planet. I don't know, and I'm not ready to risk it.
Well, I can assure that Kaiden is under my care now. No
As you're
one.
talking, you see Kaiden's nose poking from between the books in the bookshelf as he's taken some of the books out and he's just staring at you.
The big man is under my care now. His magical abilities are his own, and no one will touch them. I will make sure of that.
Specifically 𝘏𝘪𝘵𝘮𝘦.
Yes.
Okay. If they're able to get hold of him, I'm not saying they will, but if they are, that could be catastrophic. Keep an eye on him. For his sake.
Sinza,
Yes.
what are we doing?
I mean, do you want to look further into this illusion that you just found?
I don't know what else I can do. I cannot dispel it yet. I don't have the means.
Ymir offers to read it.
Oh.
Sure.
She runs
What
a
does
hand
it
over
say,
it.
Ymir?
She runs a hand over it and tells you it's a 7.
Lucky 7.
She reads with her hands. Of course she's going to be able to read it.
So we have a 5 and a 7. You didn't pick up anything else, Lyre? Or just the 2?
Let me take a quick look. Before the 10 minutes are up, I'll just trace around the entire room, see if I can lock down anything.
You kind of bimble around, and you get a ping from over in the far corner up here. As you kind of peruse around that direction. And it seems like one of the floorboards is loose.
Can I check if it's trapped?
Roll me an investigation check.
That's cocked. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Investigation?
Squishy wizard.
Yeah.
8. Seems fine. Everything looks good.
Yeah, I mean, seems fine, yeah.
Sweet.
Just looks like
I
a loose
lift up the
floorboard.
floorboard.
Oh no. You turn to dust.
Um, as you lift it up, you are hit with something very hot. As there is a burst of flame from under the desk.
Oh no.
And you take a lovely 6 fire damage. As it seems like something like an alchemist's fire was smashed as you opened it. It was rigged so that it would break. And the floorboards are cindering, and you are cindering a little bit. But
What just happened?
Oh shit! Shit!
Lyre
Lyre.
turns and there's just like burn marks all over his face. I didn't look good enough.
I'm
There was a
gonna get
trap.
my mud and honey. I'm gonna get my mud and honey. And
Get-
right, stay,
oh, no.
stay still.
No, no.
Stay still.
Do
Stay.
not touch me.
If you wriggle, it's not gonna work. And I'm
Just
gonna
make
just
sure-
grab him by his shoulder if he keeps
Wait a
moving,
minute.
and then put
Hold
the
on.
mud and honey over his face and cast Cure Wounds.
smear, cast Cure Wounds for me then, please.
I have to click on him, don't I? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Lyre, you are now rather sticky and covered in mud and honey.
That's a good look
Make
for you.
sure that Lyre is targeted.
Oh, did it not?
Thank
Oh,
you,
okay.
Kaiden. I'm gonna make sure that the cinders aren't spreading, and if I can, I'm just gonna like dust them out.
See, if you leave that on, that's gonna help. That's gonna help with the burning, so you don't get scarred.
Thank
Alright.
you, Kaiden.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I'm just gonna make sure that the cinders aren't spreading, and I'm just gonna try and
you
put
just
them
kind
out.
of smear them out with mud and honey. That you peel off of your face
Good
and
thing I
put
have
on
that
the
on
floor.
hand. And
You are
then
now disgustingly sicky.
it's gonna look in the floorboard.
You could see another one of these weird shifting sigils.
Can I read this one?
Nope.
Ymir!
Ymir skitters over. Yes, hello, it is me, Ymir.
Can you please read this?
Okay.
Thank
And she kind of puts a hand across it. She tells you it's an 8.
5, 7, 8. And there's nothing else in the bottom room. Oh, do I have to make a concentration check?
You do, yes, you do.
I think I have. Let me double check. Where is it? I have advantage due to Eldritch Mind on my saving throws.
Yum.
Thank God, because that was a 2. That's better. Constitution plus 5. 17.
Yeah, you're easily able to keep your concentration on this.
Cool. Yeah, is there anything down the bottom left corner that I can find before this runs out?
You kind of bimble down that direction. You see in one of the books. Like on the floor, as you kind of peel it up and begin to flick through it, you hadn't looked at this when you'd originally kind of walked through here. You just kind of not really paid it any mind. But you're seeing the same infernal symbols that you saw on the ribs. On every single page, over and over and over. And they are written over the original text of this book. And then on the back page is another unreadable symbol. And this one, Ymir kind of shrugs at. because it is not carved into wood. It cannot be felt.
Oh. I'm going to put the book down in front of me and summon my book. And kind of like a sleight of hand little magic trick, you're going to see Lyre place his hand on his book and then sort of close his fingers and lift, and then a pearl is going to appear in his hand. And I'm going to cast Identify on this book. I'm going to ritual cast it.
Okay.
See if that
takes 10 minutes for a ritual cast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are focused on figuring this thing out. The rest of you, during this 10 minutes, what are you guys doing?
Does Kaiden look okay? Is he just standing there, or is he doing anything?
Kaiden is processing a lot right now.
What's on your mind, big man? You can see those cogs turning, there's smoke coming out of your ears.
There's smoke coming, yeah. This whole situation with the infection just seems off, and surrounded by books and like a decapitated forest in here.
I don't agree with the way that books are recorded, but knowledge is power to some people. There's got to be ways of holding it.
Yeah. I mean, it is important, but it's just I've never seen so much before. Just wonder how much of the Drowy green's been cut back to make this.
I know it's not exactly pleasant. I don't really have any kind words to give you on this subject, I'm sorry. Some people don't care for the forest as much as you do. They only care for their own personal gain.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of that since being in the city.
Cities will do that. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ollie will kind of move over to Kaiden. And Kaiden, you feel these waxy fingers on your back. As they kind of place their hand against you.
Why are you touching me?
You're a druid.
Yeah?
It's nice to meet someone who cares so much.
Oh. I didn't. Okay, yeah.
Kaiden, roll me a history check.
That's a 6.
You felt this touch before somewhere else. You don't remember where. It feels like a leaf touching you. It feels like a waxy leaf.
Waxy leaf. Can I make, like, a check? Because I'm like, they're a vampire. They have fur. They're satyr.
Yeah, that doesn't line up. Roll me an intelligence check. Here we go. I'll say at advantage because you do recognize it.
-2, so that's a 16.
16. Your friend that you met deep in the Drowy Green, whose skin was made of leaves, whose hair was of lichen quality, who was very much not like every other person you've ever met. This feels like their touch.
Are you actually a vampire?
No. Are you alright? I can hear the cogs turning in your brain.
I get that a lot. I just didn't want to say it out loud. Because you seem to be in disguise for whatever reason.
Well, if I'm walking around with the sanguine and I wasn't a vampire, or I wasn't one of
You're
them...
not with the
surely
sanguine either?
No, dear.
Oh, okay.
It's a disguise for a reason.
Right, got it.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. Why are you
Maybe
interested in druids? Why the sudden interest?
There is a druid grove from where I come from. Technically, I come from one, but I'm not a druid
Which
myself.
one?
It is far off in the wildlands.
Right, so not from locally.
No, not local. I assume you're local.
Do you know the Pneuma Conclave?
I've heard of them. I have
the
a friend
circle.
who lives around there.
Lives around or within the circle?
Around. They don't stick to one place very long.
Is it Creek?
They cock their head. Is that what you call them?
Is it?
Is that
it
the
Creek?
name they're going by nowadays?
I think we're talking about the same person.
Sort of dark green, brown kind of leafy hair.
Licheny,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
Creek.
they go by a different name then.
Yeah.
Creek, yes, that is them.
Okay, I haven't seen them in a long time, so I don't know if they've changed their name at all.
They are quite old. I'm not surprised. We tend to live a lot longer than most species on this planet.
How old are you?
They kind of tilt their head. Somewhere in my 3rd century? I've sort of lost track.
He's counting on his fingers for a little bit, trying to figure this out.
I don't think you're going to have enough fingers to count how many years I've got on you.
Okay, oh, that's that old.
Would it just make it easier? And they are going to draw their hand back down over their face. And you are met with this image, if I can get this to work. Of a quite brightly coloured Druia. They have pale green features, almost succulent colours of purples and pinks and blues. Their hair is mostly sort of large jungle leaves tied up in a bun at the back, with almost this sort of leafy, waxy kind of cuticle helmet over the front of their face. They have no nose, these strange sort of alien features with large pink eyes. Look pretty standard for a Druia, for someone who has seen one before, but Sinza, good lord.
Sinza doesn't want to be rude, so she's just not saying anything. She's got her mouth shut.
Look, I get it's not,
I've just never seen someone like you before.
I get that a lot.
Not to say that it's not pretty.
Now that I don't get a lot, so it's strange that I've had multiple people today tell me that I'm pretty. Most people are quite scared of me, so that's a nice change.
Why would they be scared of you?
𝘏𝘪𝘨 are bad omen.
Why?
The only way that a 𝘏𝘪𝘨 can be born is if a family of mortals is cursed. So we are the walking embodiment of that curse. Your family, for example, piss off a fae. The fae decide, no, that is the end of your bloodline. All of your children from now on will be mine. And all of their children from that point on are born 𝘏𝘪𝘨. We cannot reproduce, so their family dies with them. My mortal family died a long time ago. So...
yeah, that's interesting.
You can see why people are not usually hospitable to people like me. That's why we tend to stay away from cities. But I found a home with the Dais, so...
Actually, can I ask you something?
Yes, of course.
Are there any others of you here, or is it just yourself scouting at the moment?
Of the Dais?
Yes.
I'm the only one in this sector.
But there's other... Sorry, I may misunderstand. So you're the only one in the city?
No. In this district, I'm the only one in the Amber district at the moment. Because I cannot get sick.
That's awfully convenient for you.
It's good for me. Not good for the people that I spend a lot of my time with, so they send me into high-risk sort of areas, so I can take notes. That's why I've been traveling with the Sanguine for about 4 months now.
Whoa. So wait, does that mean that you've seen what's going on with the Sanguine? Know more
Bits
about...
and pieces, what they've allowed a thrall to see.
We were told that there were vampires beneath the city. Have you seen any of that, if the vampires are tied in with the Sanguine?
Oh, absolutely. No, they are working together.
Oh. Confirmed now, that's great.
From my understanding, they have a bit of a deal with each other in that the Sanguine will provide arms for gathering new people for the convent.
For thralls?
For thralls. And the convent has offered them power. The Sanguine want absolute power over the city. If the two of them take it together, then the convent will leave the Sanguine alone, and they will spread out of the city. And that is where the concern lies, truly. Not that I'm not worried about the people of the city to begin with. That is my duty, is to protect those people.
From the sounds of it, sounds like they're trying to kill by the masses so it's easy for them to take power.
Absolutely. But there's something else that I'm not gathering why, is that a vampire has to be turned before it dies. And these people are just dying. They're not turning, they're just dying.
We got told that people are coming back. Or within the city.
There's some other force at play here that I don't understand quite yet.
I okay, I can hear you. Give me a second. Don't yell at me.
That's Lyre from across the library just going,
Yeah.
Kaiden's the only one that's noticed as well. Huh?
We spoke to a healer within the church. Lyre was able to decipher some markings on the chests of the infected. We met a carrier, as well as hearing tale of the possibility of a lich.
You're very lucky you didn't get sick.
Careful is my middle name.
You need to be careful in this district.
It's kind of hard to be careful when it's consuming you.
Yes, well, that's not something that I have to worry about, but I'm sure you probably. And they kind of smile awkwardly before they're going to kind of pull their disguise back up again.
How you going, Lyre?
Lyre, at this point, your spell is completed. What are you attempting to identify here?
The book. I want to see if these runes and these markings have caused some kind of infernal or necromantic enchantment of sorts on this book, or if it's something I can learn from.
Okay. You are able to read the infernal. It's the same infernal that you read on the ribs. It's mine and mine alone. Children of Bones. Over and over and over again. It seems like from what you determine from your identify that this is graffitied. Somebody has written this on there. It hasn't made any fundamental changes to the physiology, I suppose, of the book.
Okay.
But you are able to identify that the last page has the spell Illusory Script on it. That has made whatever is written on the end of this book impossible to read without it being dispelled.
Well, the spell put on this book is Illusionary Script. I just can't dispel it.
Do we know anyone who can dispel it?
I can try and mess with the runes, see if I can internally dispel it, but I don't have access to that kind of magic yet. I'm still learning.
Maybe we just bring it with us for now. We may run into someone who can.
Oh, I'm bringing this book with us. I don't know.
I would expect nothing less.
Well, I don't think you have to get a library card to take any of the books out, so I'd take what you want to bring with you.
Well, in that case, I'll grab the book on vampires, just so we have that in our back pocket.
Yep.
I'm also going to grab the book on Sealer's Halo.
Okay.
I want to research that. I have some interesting thoughts with that.
Are the rest of you looking at any of the books?
Sinza would run a light thumb over them to see if any of the titles catch her attention.
Is there any
So the options I have for you are Blood and Fire, The Wars of the First Era, her Halo, The Ring in layman's terms, Red and Gold, Vampire Culture, The Creation of 𝘏𝘪𝘨, and The Unseen, A World of Fae.
Oh, I think I want that book on Fae.
So you should, if I...
And I am also going to grab that book on vampires because I think that's going to come in handy.
No, I got that. Don't touch.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize you took that.
No
I
touch.
should have sent that to you, so you should be able to give that a skim over.
Thank you.
Kaiden.
Are there any picture books for Kaiden?
Is there any picture book? Are there any books that might grab his interest if it's like in any other languages or any druidic stuff?
It doesn't seem like this library is extensive enough to have other languages. It seems like most of this is written in common. You find a couple of children's storybooks, and they've got like lots of pretty pictures in them, and you're kind of flicking through them.
He's gonna pictures.
One of them seems to be a fairy tale about a creature called the Bagman.
Fuck you, Toby. Fuck you. Bringing that monster into this campaign. No!
Don't say it 3 times. I swear to God.
No.
I'm going to keep that book with me. Okay, we'll
take the Bagman picture
at one
book.
point.
You kind of flick through it, and you can see pictures of like a group of adventurers, and there's a they've got a bag that they can put their whole armor into. It's almost like a bottomless bag. And one night, as they're sleeping, a creature crawls out of the bag and steals away one of the younger members of the party because it targets children.
Oh, that's fun. That's a good time.
And
That's
dragged them
not-
into the bag, and they were never seen again.
I want to throw up.
Does Kaiden know who the youngest of the party is?
I don't think you do.
Okay, he's just gonna think about that. He's just invested in this story now in the corner.
Like sat in the corner, like
He's gonna go sit in the corner and read his books.
Do I see him like crouch in the corner as I pass?
yeah, you're kind of like walking through, and you kind of look down. You see him in the corner, like.
He's gonna have
Does
nightmares, bro.
does he look startled at all? Like he's like face and looks startled.
He's very expressive.
Okay. Since I kind of like just slowly makes our way down, being as quiet as possible, and just like stands there, not saying anything, just watching him.
Throws a bag over his head. Dear God!
Oh, fine. Just panics. The Bagman!
The bag.
Hayden's gonna have nightmares now, bro. He's gonna
He's
wake up
gonna have
screaming.
nightmares.
Sinza has
He's
already
gonna
told
have
him
them.
scary stories. Like
Yeah.
that's her favorite pastime.
Toby, can I look around to see if there's any books on necromancy at all? Like necromancy for beginners, if you will.
You can do if you'd like. Roll me an investigation check.
Alright, I can do that. Where's my character sheet? There it is. Investigation +3. That's better! 18.
You're not able to find a book, but you are
Ah.
able to find a scroll of chill touch.
Interesting. In the bag. Why is something grabbing me?
But yeah, you now have a scroll of chill touch.
Cool.
What are you reading, Kaiden?
Oh, fuck. Maybe jump there. It's this book on the Bagman. And, like, I've heard of it, but I've never found like a book.
Ooh, it's a
Pictures.
good spooky story. Oh, I'm sad I didn't get to tell you that one now. You've already read
I've
it.
got a pile of other ones here that we can take with us.
Okay, that sounds good.
Just out of curiosity, not for like any other reasons, but like, do you know who the youngest of our group is?
Well, how old are you, Kaiden?
I'm like, oh shit, what was the age?
Does Kaiden know how old he is?
The thing is, I don't know if he'd know
Probably thinks he's
exactly.
10 because that's how many fingers he has.
I'm over 10. Oh, let me just, because I know how old he is on here. info up. What's this little bit? Okay. Because Kaiden is 28, but I don't know if he knows that exactly. I know I'm like, I think like double that or more.
So 20?
Something like that. I think maybe more, but like
Okay.
I'm not so good with numbers.
I wonder if it's like, you know how you read a horse's age, you check their teeth? I wonder if I check your teeth, I can tell how old you are.
Alright. And he just opens his mouth so he can check. He just takes that at face value.
Yep.
And he's
She,
just like, that's it.
She has no idea.
That's
she
how
has
this
no idea how to do
works.
this. But she just ums and ahs her way through it. And she's like, maybe like 25?
25?
Mm.
Alright. I didn't know you could check with teeth.
The more you know, hey. You should definitely go ask Lyre. See if you can check his teeth.
Hey, Lyre, let me see your teeth.
What?
I need to check how old you are. Let me see your teeth.
I'm 22. Don't touch me.
Oh. Alright. Ymir.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Jade, at another point, but I believe Ymir is either 20 or 21.
Y'all are
Baby.
babies.
Okay. He's going to put
Be
his
on
book
her
away.
knowledge sheet.
I will double check.
Who's getting snatched? Kaiden.
It's going to be either Lyre or Ymir. I think we're safe.
Okay, good.
Fuck you.
With that, we're going to take a quick break. So... Right, so what are you guys up to now? What are you doing?
Ollie,
Yes?
where is your next stop? Do you have any other plans?
I've been trying to follow a trail because I have a feeling that there is something I'm missing, but I'm honestly I'm kind of running on scraps. It seems that they're very good at covering the tracks for the most part, at the very least. I know that they've been taking people, and I want to find where.
We met a woman who, you see, Sinza kind of pauses as she's talking, who lost part of her memory when she was taken. So they're taking people, doing these things to them, and then wiping it from them. So they have no knowledge of where they're being taken, unfortunately, which doesn't really help with our cause.
It's not helpful. But I mean, it's a start. It's. Did she tell you anything about? Did she not remember anything at all?
Nothing.
What did she? Were there any changes to her? Did you get to examine her? Did you look at her much?
Did Ymir explain to us the deformities in her ribs?
To Lyre. But again, not to you two, because
Yeah.
you two had walked out.
Sinza will look to Ymir or Lyre. Was there any changes in her form at all when Ymir did her, I guess, look over?
Ymir explains to you what she saw. So the strange deformities in the ribs, feeling like there was like abnormalities to those ribs. The fact she had a puncture mark on her wrist but showed no signs of vampirism. And you are unsure if she was a carrier or not. It's very likely that she is.
Yeah, I don't think since any. If Ymir just kind of tells the group that, it's strange. the bite doesn't make any sense. If she's not showing any signs of vampirism, generally a bite is all you need.
They may have just been taking blood from her.
Possibly, but the ribs is weird. Her
It's
not
not
showing
guaranteed that when you're bitten you turn into one.
any...
Thralls cannot turn people.
Make a fair point.
It has to be one of their higher-ups. From what I understand of vampires, if somebody is, for example, a clan, let's say the convent, has an overseer. That overseer will have two right hands, or a right and a left hand. And those people are usually of a caste that is able to turn people. So the overseer may be pure-blooded. Not all vampires are turned. Some are born vampires. It is very, very rare, but it does happen. And they are not undead. They are alive, which is a strange abnormality. But those that are alive and vampiric are able to turn other people into vampires. But it tends to, you could say, kill them in the process. Again, I think I'm not sure that I can be turned. So even if they did get hold of me and they figured out that I was not like them, I don't think they'd want my blood. It is made of sap. So it would not really taste very good for them. But if it was a thrall that bit her, well, maybe they were just having a snack.
Yeah, I hate the sound of that. What do you think of these numbers that we found?
I don't know. Again, I do not have enough information. Perhaps if we follow the breadcrumbs, there's not really any breadcrumbs to go off of, however. Did you get any information from the people in the church?
Basic stuff. I mean, kind of put two and two together. The Sanguine are behind this, but there's not a whole lot to go off of at the moment. They're working on base information.
You can hear a church bell outside.
Does it sound frantic or is it just pretty, lulled?
It doesn't sound frantic, but you haven't heard it before.
Okay. Just give me one moment. Since gonna walk over to the door and stick her head out.
As you poke your head out of the door, you see a few of the guards are running through the street. And you overhear that there's been a sighting of Sanguine members, potentially carriers, not too far from the House of Kinship.
Sinza pokes her head back in. There's something going on outside. Sounds like they're heading to the House of Kinship.
What's that happened?
I think so, yeah. There's guards everywhere.
What are we doing? Are we going, or?
Do you want me to come with you?
Maybe...
It's not like I'm getting any information here.
Maybe not dress like a Sanguine.
In terms of my clothes, I can't change those. I can only change my appearance, so I don't really have any other clothes.
Question. Brain is not working tonight. In terms of there's Sanguine all around the city, right? It's not an abnormality to see them, right?
Yeah,
so
it's
it'll
not
be
the
fine.
end of the world, but I think
Yeah.
this place is on high alert.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do we want to go see what's going on?
I mean, we said we'd help the House of Kinship if we could. We have no other leads at the moment.
Do you think that magic chalk stuff broke on the house?
The what, sorry?
The doors.
The doors.
Fuck. We should move.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So you're all heading out. Are you
Yes.
bringing Oleander with you?
I want to bring them with
Yeah,
us, but I don't know
think
if it's
so.
going to stir attention.
You can tell them just keep distance if you're nervous.
Hmm.
I'll give them some moss to cover their signature thing.
Also wearing a red cloak with the symbol on it, so they're
with,
like,
they can cover moss on.
just smear moss.
Just smear the
Don't
moss.
worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I will follow you at a distance, and stay out of the public eye. I know that this disguise is not amicable to the public, I suppose, but neither is my real form, you could say. So I suppose I will just call for me if you need me. And you guys head back out to where you were outside of the House of Kinship. And as you approach, you can see some guards talking quite hurriedly in front of the church with one of the acolytes who has been who was originally tending the some of the bodies that were outside, and they're trying their best to explain something, but they seem quite panicked.
Can we check the doors around? Are any knocked down or any opened?
The doors seem to be intact. It's getting closer to like 9 o'clock at night. The sun has gone down. It is
Oh,
getting dark.
Oh no.
There's lots of empty bags on the floor.
Kaiden is now
King
paranoid about
Kaiden.
bags.
He is very paranoid about bags.
Kaiden, watch out.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Just stepping around them.
If there's a conversation going on, can I try and get close enough to hear it but not draw attention?
Roll me a perception check.
yeah. Roll high. Roll high.
Remember, Lyre, you have an inspiration, and you can give it to another player if you would like.
Okay.
16.
16.
She don't need it.
So you kind of pull forward to about here, and try to overhear, try to eavesdrop, and you can hear the acolyte hurriedly saying that Aurelio has been taken.
No. No. Do I overhear anything explaining what took him, or is it just he was just taken?
From what you are able to gather with that roll, you hear that they couldn't see anything. It was almost as if they just vanished out of thin air. People
No.
are like, there are guards moving around trying to find the missing person, and the two guards outside who are trying to calm down this panic acolyte are saying they're doing everything they can and they will try and find them, but they seem as if like this has happened a lot. Like this, they're starting to get used to this, and they're like, "We'll find them. It'll be fine. Don't worry. We've got this sorted."
Was he taken from within in the hospital, or I'm not sure
from
I
what
can
you can
discern that.
gather,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Since is gonna make her way back over. Aurelio was taken.
Do we want to go check it out?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Lyre will start walking over. He'll tighten his thing around his mouth again just to avoid the plague.
Okay, so you're heading back inside.
Here.
Just a second while I prep the map.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Prep
It's the same map, right?
What do you mean?
Right?
There's
Right,
dead
Toby?
bodies in there.
Nothing's
Dead
changed.
bodies. Unmoving
just-
bodies, Toby.
That's what you
I'm
think.
gonna
This is a
throw
horror
up.
campaign.
Hey,
There we
Toby.
go. Toby starts.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Toby, have I told you how lovely you look today, my friend?
Stop risen up, Toby.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to live here.
Wow, Toby's so handsome today. Wow, don't
Oh
kill
my
us,
god,
please.
Toby's so pretty.
Oh,
What do you
wow. Okay,
mean?
jump on the bandwagon. Fuck.
Everyone else was, okay?
What? Dex? Like,
Yeah.
And Dex. There's 3 of us. What do you think
Yeah.
I'm gonna do?
Yeah, you
I'm
said-
gonna go with the majority.
you said everyone else. There's one other everyone else.
Yeah.
Okay, look, numbers are not my thing. I don't have that inability to
Not so
discern how
hot
many
with the
people there
numbers.
are. Not so hot with the numbers.
Not good with numbers, mate.
Sorry, the Bagman, guys. Is that the BBG?
Yeah, at least it's not the boneless. Yeah.
Ew.
I'm a bitch when it comes to these horror games, but I fucking love them. Throw the
I know.
bagman at me, I'll fuck him. Swear to God.
You gonna fuck him?
Right.
Okay, monster fucker.
You got your monster fucker
I
Right.
don't
face?
want to talk,
Welcome to the
Lavender.
club. Okay, welcome to the club. Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
So you head into the church.
What's with the God of War
Um,
music? The fuck? Sorry.
It's dark in here.
It's fucking spooky in this bitch.
Does
So
anyone
you
have dark
pull
vision in
in-
this party?
As you pull in, you're immediately met with Nimue being quizzed by 2 of the acolytes that were assisting Aurelio when you were last in here. Nimue looks panicked, is shrugging like, I don't know where he went. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. And they're like, he can't have just vanished. That's not how this works. Like, what? He was right here. Where is he? And I don't know. And she is kind of taking a step back. Seems like she's being cornered somewhat.
Sinza's gonna step up to her side if these guys are getting a bit too close.
She looks towards you, and just this look of fear. She doesn't know what's going on. She's confused.
Hey,
So,
okay. Take a breath.
I don't know where Aurelio went. They seem to think it was my fault.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah.
I feel bad, but I'm also like,
you're a monster. What the
I
fuck?
am.
Can
Oh, that's
Kaiden
so
look like
fucked.
up at like the rafter kind of area if he can't see anything around him?
Yeah,
Let's
if you'd
do
like to
that.
roll perception upstairs.
Just because Kaiden's instinct because of being in the forest is the trees. There's something in the trees kind of thing.
They're in the walls.
There's something
They're
in
in
the
the
goddamn
goddamn
wall.
walls.
Okay, let's see.
16 on insight.
Okay.
That's not bad.
She doesn't
16.
seem. You know what? You get a look of
Yeah.
like you recognize that look.
Mm-hmm.
She is scared and confused and doesn't know why they are targeting her.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Since it
chest
is-
pain starts up again.
Does someone want to explain what happened? You seem to be accusing. Why is there accusations towards her? What did you see?
One of the acolytes turns to you. He was stood at the desk,
Right.
and then there was a sound. We heard footsteps. We didn't see anyone, and then he just vanished.
Okay.
We,
You
it's
understand?
got to be because we still have her here.
Right, that's a possible reason. That's one reason, yes. But we've been doing research. People are being taken left, right, and center for no reason.
But why would they want to take him? He's sick already.
Yeah, he's sick, but he's also a person fighting this sickness. He is helping people. Slowing down the process.
Do you think he's not going to come back?
He's possibly already dead.
One of the acolytes bursts into tears.
Whatever we're dealing with here, it's ruthless. There's no point in sugarcoating things. Sinza,
Nimue
does she know where they went?
turns to Sinza.
I'm sorry?
Sinza, does she know where they went? Does she know what happened?
She doesn't know. She's just confused, Lyre.
Okay.
Am I going to die?
Hey. It's gonna be okay. You need to stay
The
hopeful.
air in this room starts to get heavy.
Oh, God.
Everyone roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, I did get a 16 before for the just checking up, but another.
Oh, it's for your perception.
Yeah, because I wanted to check up if there's because
Yeah.
this church is probably rafters are very high areas around. If there's anything.
You see a familiar horned figure in the rafters.
It's our friend.
It's Ollie.
It's Ollie.
Okay.
Ollie is nearby,
Kaiden,
but is keeping
detach.
I was like,
in the dark.
oh no,
Back, demon!
demon!
Dex, detach
Bag
from
man,
Kaiden.
bag
Jesus.
man.
Please.
I'm
Throws a
the
rock.
bagman. It's just everyone.
We're all gonna die!
He's full of arrows and falls to the ground dead.
Who's
Oh,
the
my
others in the
bad.
room? They're gonna take you!
Thorn whips them off of the fucking ceiling and onto the floor, and they just hit with like they're out.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna just because Lyre's nearby, just tap him and kind of gesture upwards. Like, our friends gonna know it up.
Cool. I rolled a nat 1 on perception. I don't see shit.
Oh, okay.
So,
So,
But it's
Kaiden lets
16.
him.
You're focused on Nimue.
Yeah.
So that was a 16 and Kaiden?
Oh, for the new check. Ooh, that's gonna be an 11.
And 11. Okay. Kaiden, you're also focused on. You're semi-focused on Ymir because Ymir is staying by the door. It seems like this place seems to give Ymir quite a bit of stress. As an Asmoth, kind of makes sense. A lot of people have died here, and so it's crowded. Ymir's kind of looking at the floor again and is staying away from everything. Lyre, as I said, you're focused on Nimue, and Sinza, as you feel this weight, as you feel that kind of pressure in your chest beginning to rise, you look over to the beds where there were a variety of patients who, some of them have had a cloth kind of pulled over them, and they're moving.
Sinza. Fuck that. Sinza kind of raises her hand and points to where they're moving. Doesn't say anything yet, but tries to get the attention of Kaiden and Lyre. Just points.
Are they moving under the sheets?
They're getting out of bed.
what the fuck?
As a multitude of different corpses begin to rise from their slumber, they start to step out of the beds. Most of them still looking fresh, but with these awful kind of red patterns across their skin, bloodshot eyes, blood draining from their eyes, like jaws slack, but all the blood is black and thick like tar. And they are beginning to kind of groan and like move towards you. And the acolytes begin panicking.
Get out. Get out. Everyone out. Out now. Everyone out.
Kaiden's positioning himself in front of like Sinza, Lyre, and everyone. And if they're moving back, he'll move back with them. But he's positioning himself in the way if anything happens.
Do you know the way?
All the acolytes begin to scatter out of the door. Nimue runs with them as they all head outside. And I'd like everyone to roll me initiative.
Hit it!
Let's put him in the dark!
Oh, okay. Initiative.
It's so raw today.
Oh,
Jesus
boy.
Christ.
Dude, I've been horny for battle all day. I'm fucking ready.
Oh, horny? Okay, damn. Okay.
I was about to do something, and I was like, "Oh, there's a lot of them. I'll let this ride out." Because Kaiden was just gonna go up to one if he saw him move and be like, with the pillow, "Go back to sleep.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to
Go
sleep.
back to sleep." Initiative.
Where's initiative on this bitch?
There's no combat
That is
encounter in
the
your
cross.
Oh, we gotta do it in game, don't we? Damn it!
Yeah, it says no combat encounter yet. When I just tried it though.
I'm just adding you guys to the. Oh, I accidentally made you all invisible. That's fine.
Ollie's in here with us,
Yes, we're
yay.
invisible.
I rolled a nat 20 on dice, bro. This sucks!
Ah.
Alright, where am I?
Add these to the initiative.
I completely forgot how to play this
Since
game.
it's Initiative.
Oh, there we go.
Ah, for fuck!
Come on. Roll good, BB. Come on, roll good.
I love the nat 20 on dice. 4.
Yes! Yes,
Come
Kaiden?
on.
This game's rigged. That's a lot of dice you're rolling there, Toby. How about you calm the
Jesus,
fuck
Toads.
down?
Hey,
There
yo.
are 4 corpses that have gone up. And with that, we are going to begin. That is Kaiden at the top of the round.
Oh boy, let me get the sheet quickly. Okay, Kaiden is a little freak seeing all of them. He's just gonna enter a rage quickly. Do I need to select his token, don't I? Yes. Rage.
Oh, he's right next to us. Dear God.
Wild magic surge, sorry, Lyre.
Huh? Not here, bro!
You're in line of sight. You're in the radius.
Did it? Okay, I need a damage for it, that's why. Don't know what that one does. Oh boy, what does that do? Can use a
Remember when Ollie warned us? Maybe he shouldn't do this wild magic stuff while here. You remember that? I remember that.
Is that your in combat? That's an 8, right?
That's the wild magic surge.
Okay, so until your rage ends, you become poisoned, but all of your attacks deal 1d8 poison damage.
Is that on top, or is it?
No, so you take poison damage, but you also deal poison damage on top of your normal damage.
Oh.
Isn't the poison effect
get
that he just
extra-
has disadvantage or some shit?
Yes.
That's.
So you have disadvantage on your rolls, but if you do hit, you do an extra d8 of poison damage on top of your normal damage.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna go for the one in front. Just straight up with migraine, and kind of just panic swing through the side if I can.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's disadvantages.
Hits, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, roll again. Can you?
Yeah, roll again, yeah. Sorry, I didn't click disadvantage.
It's okay. Still hits. It's
Okay,
it's a low DC.
Okay, okay. Okay, and then a D8 as
and then
well.
just roll a D8 on top of that, and I will apply those.
Would that... Do I just enter? Yes.
An extra
Okay.
6 damage. Yum. You swing this axe into it, and it is disgusting how it just spills this black ooze out of its ribs. Intestines kind of drop out and onto the floor and drag behind it, but it is still standing.
I'm gonna. Can I? Is that a bonus action? Do you say cantrip's a bonus action?
Yeah, there you are.
So I'm gonna try and bonus action just infestation into where I've cut in the wound.
Ugh. What kind of creature are you manifesting?
It's probably gonna be anything close by. So being a dead body, it's probably gonna be lots of maggots that are forming inside its gut.
Yum. Oof. What kind of save is that from me?
That is.
It is a con save.
Con.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, Constitution saving throw.
That is my magic save.
14. That is above your DC, so it saves.
Yeah.
I don't believe it takes any damage because it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
You see the maggots forming. It doesn't seem to be bothered by it. It's already dead. So there doesn't seem to be anything other than these maggots are now crawling
Just
out.
made
of
it
the
more
black
horrifying
ooze.
for Lyre. Great. That's my turn.
Sinza.
Hello, darling. Sinza is going to move her full 30 feet up to this guy just over here. So she's going to move here. And as she's running, she reaches up for her axe. And as she pulls it, she's pulling it from the sharp end of her axe itself, slicing her palm. The blood kind of seeps into the metal itself as the blood maledict takes form.
Yeah.
And she's just going to, she's going to rage as well, if possible. And then she's going to spin it in her hand and then swing across at the guy in front of her.
Roll to hit.
Sweet. I'm just going to add a couple of things on top of this. Sorry, I'm going to use my Crimson Right is what I mean, sorry.
That's the one.
Why'd you put maggots in it?
Just makes sense. Just makes sense for it.
No, it does. It makes it worse.
What bug do you want? What bug do you want? Praying mantises?
No, Hercules beetles, bro. My favorite bug.
I don't think there's any around here though.
Right,
Is
so you
it
take
targeted, sorry, Toby?
2 points of necrotic damage. You need to target it, love.
It's not working for me.
Hold tight. So hover over it and press T,
There we go.
or if you right click on it, you can target manually.
Sweet.
Hits.
Nice.
Damn.
Takes 11 points of slashing damage as your great axe slams into it. Again, you're kind of carving from the shoulder down to the hip. You're kind of trying to get through this thing, and as you do, you get about halfway through the rib cage, and it just kind of starts to peel to the side, and this thing is still alive and held together by sinew and intestine, and it's rather unpleasant.
Yeah,
Kind of gurgles in your direction. It is
That's my turn, thank you.
this guy's turn. He's coming down to focus on Sinza. And it is going to slam into you. Or with its fists, because that's all it's got. And it misses on the first swing. And misses on the second. As it's quite lumbering and slow, you're able to kind of dodge out of the way and bat its hand out of the way with the other, with your axe. It doesn't seem to be doing very much, but that is that creature's turn. It is now Ymir's turn, who is going to cast Bless on the three of you. So she is going to target you guys. Apply, as you have been blessed with an extra, I believe it's a D. No, that's guidance. You can add a D4 to a spell attack roll, or not a spell attack, an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends. So remember to add your D4s, kids, whilst she is focused. But that is Ymir's turn. It's now this guy's turn, who is in front of Kaiden. Kaiden's currently AFK, but he's going for the swing. Misses Kaiden. And that one hits, as it's this sort of almost bisected creature grabs hold of Kaiden, and its grip is surprisingly tight as it kind of wraps its bony fingers around. Dressed half in armor, it seems like this man used to be a guard, but the armor isn't really doing very much for him anymore. And Kaiden takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage. There you go. And that is that one's turn. It's now this one's turn. This one is going to focus on Kaiden. Sorry, babe. He is not present, but he is getting wailed on. Oh, that one. Horrible miss.
Tanks. Take the tanks!
And again, another miss as Kaiden's able to kind of swipe it out of the way.
Must be nice having a decent AC. I can't relate.
It's Ollie's turn. Ollie is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to give you some help. They are going to use their bonus action, spend a key point, and use Flurry of Blows. And make 2 unarmed strikes against this guy. It hits, barely, but it hits. Yum. And then they are going to punch again. They are moving with a surprising amount of speed. As these their fists begin to kind of make contact with flesh, and you can hear bones snap as they punch through. And then they're going to use their action to bap him with a quarterstaff. It's yum. It's +0. Oh dear. As they pull this staff off of their back and kind of whack it around the side of this thing's head, and its head dents. Like part of like the socket, so the strip of bone between their temple and their socket collapses inwards. Their eye is mashed into nothing as the quarterstaff smashes into it and it almost gets caught in the socket as they pull it back out. But this thing is still standing. And they draw back, kind of making eye contact with you, Sinza. Lyre, it is your turn.
Alright. Lyre's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can we move diagonal out of curiosity?
Yeah.
Yeah? Go there. Go there. Go there. 30. He's gonna run up and he's gonna bring out his spellbook to hover around him. He's gonna look at the table. Are there like potion bowls and stuff, like empty bottles and stuff on the table?
Yeah.
He's gonna grab a bottle and he's gonna like trace his fingers over his spellbook and grab. And he's gonna pull up what looks to be like spell glyphs. And he's gonna put the bottle in it and pull it back like a catapult and just let it go.
You're going to catapult a bottle at which one?
So I'm going to cast catapult at this young man here.
Cool.
So I believe that is a dexterity saving throw on your end, my friend.
Okie dokie. is a 10.
I believe that hits. Spell save DC of 14.
I believe so, yep.
Roll damage!
Roll thy damage.
Normal damage. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I'll
Okay.
let it go for 16 points of damage. And I'm just sort of aiming for, like, the bottom of his jaw, just to knock it off.
Kaiden, as this thing is directly next to you, you are sprayed with a few sort of shards of glass as the glass shatters into its jaw and embeds, and it just kind of stays in this creature's flesh, half like joining them like jaw together with shards of glass that have now embedded into their skin. And its head kind of turns with the impact before it kind of looks back at you and kind of growls in your direction.
You got him, big guy! And that's gonna be my turn.
Oh no.
Okay, it's this one's turn, and it is targeting Sinza. Yeehaw, what's new? It doesn't like that you've almost cut it in half, and it's kind of slumped at a half angle, but it is very much going after you with what strength it does have. This time you feel cold hands wrapping around your arm as it begins to kind of slam into you, and you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as it kind of grabs and squeezes,
Oh my
as
God.
if it's trying to pop muscles, break bone. And it goes in for another one.
Oh, that 20
Again.
hovered for a hot second.
You take another 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Remember to have these, so that's on you to give you back the health that you need because you are raging.
We need to get it back.
You're gonna have to do that manually. I'm still figuring out bits on Foundry with that.
Got it.
But I will get that sorted as soon as I can. Yes, again, you feel these hands kind of cling to you, and you can feel your muscles beginning to tear. And it is painful as these things are coming in for you. Kaiden, top of the round.
I have an idea for something. With the bonus action, instead of doing a cantrip, can I essentially just try and grab this one's jaw? So essentially just try and rip it off and then just stab the other one with the points of the end of the jaw?
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, go on. You're gonna have to choose which. So the one that you're stabbing with the glass jaw.
I'm literally grabbing it from this one because Lyre's grabbed its attention, and he's like, I'm grabbing that attention back, taking it, and then punching the one in front of him with it.
So I'll say the one you're punching will take the damage.
Yeah.
This thing won't mind something being ripped
Yeah.
off.
It's just missing. It's just like... Ooh.
Yeah, go on. Unarmed strike, and we'll add a D4 to it.
That's a disadvantage. Oof.
It hits.
That does hit. Okay.
These things are not well armored.
That's fair.
Good.
So that's add a D4.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Either way, it didn't have enough health. So your fist turns around and it just goes clean through this thing's head. Like it just obliterates it. It's almost as if these things have decayed at a faster rate of knots than they're supposed to. They're almost like jellified. It's quite disgusting. But there is now blood splattered across the walls and the bed behind it. As the jaw and your fist connect with its head and go straight through.
Okay. And for my action, instead of using my brain, I want to just basically, where the jaw's missing, grab its neck and then just kick into its kneecap to prevent it from getting closer to anyone else.
I believe your unarmed strike was your action.
Oh, okay. That's why I asked if I could do that instead of bonus action. Okay, otherwise I'll just
okay.
use Thorn Whip to basically just try and grab its neck and just trip it up to just make sure it does fall.
Okay, yeah. That's a dex save from me, I believe.
Yeah.
I think if you roll your damage, we'll see if it... I think it rolls the dex save for me.
Oh, okay. So just roll the damage. Oh, it says I have to roll attack first. Okay. Because that's...
Hits, yum. So these thorns will wrap around it.
Okay.
It's not going to roll. Okay, no, it's not a dex save, it's an attack to hit. Okay,
Yeah.
so as the thorns wrap around this thing, you pull in an attempt to kind of knock it off balance, but its legs seem to be wide enough that it's able to keep itself upright. But it does seem to have like shredded through its flesh, and this black is stuck and almost like glued onto this thorn as you kind of pull it back in and get rid of it, and it just splatters onto the floor.
Okay.
Are you moving at all?
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna stay there because I've got its attention. Yeah,
Okie dokie.
that's my turn.
Sinza.
Hello. As this guy kind of like, his first two hits, she kind of turns to the side to avoid them, and as it catches her arm and this like deep pain runs through her, her orange eyes darken till the darkness almost consumes them, and she is going to take her axe in both hands and just swing it down at this guy, trying to aim for the arm itself to try and like cut it from him.
Okay, yeah.
Please.
Yum.
Yes.
Hits.
Good shit.
I'd say with a 10, you're able to sever the arm from him. As it's kind of dangling on the floor, as this, like most of its body is half hanging off, you're able to just chop.
Fuck yeah. I'm just gonna add that as well. Do I want to do this as well? Yeah, I think so. As his arm kind of like slumps to the ground, she kind of looks up at the one that's directly in front of her, and she kind of releases the axe with one hand just to like reach her hand out. It's covered in blood, and I would like to use my curse of binding, please, on this guy.
Good
Sorry,
shit.
I think I have the wrong one targeted. So I think he needs to make a strength saving throw against that.
Okie dokie. Strength. Yum. That's a 9.
Yeah, it needs
I
to.
believe that's a
Yeah.
failure.
Yeah, that means that it works.
You watch as this blood kind of wraps around its legs and holds it in place, and it no longer has any movement, as I believe it is restrained.
It is restrained
God.
until the end of my next turn.
Good shit, my dude.
Sweet.
Okay,
That's my turn.
that's your turn. Right, it is that guy's turn. It is going to attempt to kind of move its attention around to look at Ollie. And it's going to go for a flailing swing in Ollie's direction, of which it misses, as it's kind of not quite able to turn all the way around due to its being restrained. And therefore it's going to turn its second attack back to you. And again, another miss, as it is held too tightly in place for it to be able to reach you and move forward, as you are holding it still with your magic. Ymir is going to... Ymir's going to cast light on her mace. provide just a bit of light around Kaiden so that Kaiden gets a bit more vision. And then with her action, she's going to take the dodge action. Because she's kind of stunned in place and struggling with that. It is this guy's turn, and he is going to focus on Kaiden once again. This thing's barely holding itself together, but it is still upright somehow. As a horrible failure, as you're able to kind of dodge out of the way of the first swing. The second one, however, manages to grab your arm that's holding Migraine, grabs onto your forearm, and you feel the muscles beginning to strain under its grip, as it is squeezing with an intention to pop. You only take 2 points, so 1 point of bludgeoning damage. So remember to give yourself back what you need. As this thing is running out of strength, as it is bleeding profusely all over the floor. It's Ollie's turn. Ollie is going to just punch it right in the back of the head as this thing is being held tight. I believe because it's restrained, does it get advantage on that attack? It's also you're flanking, so either way, advantage. Forgot about that. So yep, that they go in. You kind of hear the pop of a fist hitting it in the back of the head. They're going to use their bonus action and another key point to flurry of blows. So that's another 2 unarmed strikes on the back of its head. Again, blinding speed as these fists connect with flesh. But the first swing is all they need. As the fist kind of hits them in the right spot, that you hear this crack as its head like bends at a strange angle. Its neck seems to snap forward and through the flesh, and part of its skull collapses from the back as this creature falls dead on the floor. And they kind of flick their hand to get the blood off of it, and kind of give you a nod. And that is Ollie's turn. Lyre.
There's 2 of them over there, so I might just help out my boy. Lyre's gonna back up a little bit more, just to get some space between him and the creepy dead thing. And he's going to grab at his floating book and pull it towards him and rip a page and throw it towards the zombie. And I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at this dude.
Yum. Pew pew.
Yes. Attack. Normal roll.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. Roll the damage! Fuck! 1 point of damage.
1 point of force damage as it hits into it, but it seems like this thing is kind of just sort of molding around the shape of your spell. It seems to almost like bend and crack in the right direction, and it's still standing. It was a bonus action, so you still have your action.
This thing is fucked.
Maggots are all kind of swirling around the area that you
Kaiden,
hit.
why'd you put maggots in it? I don't know what I can do as an action.
It's the only bugs that are around.
So you can cast a cantrip and a spell. You can't cast 2 spells. So if you want to cast a spell, you can still do that.
I don't. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Just to make up for the 1 point of damage at first level, Lyre is going to sort of, you're going to see him picking at his spellbook, and he's sort of going to raise his fingers, and at each tip of his fingertips, you see letters, and he's just going to throw them, and I'm going to cast a magic missile at first level towards this thing.
Alright, throw your damage in, because it doesn't need, it
Cast
just hits.
This spell. I swear to God, this is 1 point of damage. I'm gonna beat. Okay, it's 2. I'll take it.
Okay. And with these bolts, as they kind of slam into it, they pierce through it, kind of blood splattering everywhere again. Kaiden, you are now covered in black, as it is just mashed in front of you, as this thing collapses in a heap on the floor.
Yeah, okay. That works.
It's covered in black light. Thanks. Just looking at Lyre with a thumbs up, coated.
Wipe that off if you... Yeah.
He's like,
And Lyre's gonna turn towards the other one, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, the last remaining zombie is going after Sinza. This is the one that is half slumped and missing an arm. And as it tries to swing at you, it's pretty easy to dodge, at least with the swing. And again, it is pretty incapacitated, this thing. It is from what you can see, a small kind of dwarven woman who is very much not looking too hot. With these kind of bloodshot eyes that are kind of half looking at you with this kind of glaze, almost like a dead fish, as they're looking in your direction, but they miss. Kaiden.
Kaiden is going to... Kaiden's going to Thorn Whip him first, while, like, charging in.
Okay.
And it
Hits.
should pull him 10 feet closer, because there's ways to use it at distance.
As you pull it, like, you almost like lasso this thing with thorns, but as you wrap around it, it kind of gets into the gap in which Sinza has created, half bisecting this thing. As it gets through the gap, wraps around one side of it, and pulls that side off. And so half of its body comes with the thorn whip, and just collapses. It is just skid marks of black across the floor. It seems like you have defeated everything in this room, so we are going to end the combat, but the room falls silent.
Sinza looks to Ollie. You good?
Ollie is kind of wiping their knuckles clean, and will kind of flick their hand again. Yes, well, I mean, not exactly pleasant, but I'm fine. Thank you. Are you all right? It kind of got hold of you a few times.
Sinza kind of looks at her arm. What does it look like?
You're starting to. You can feel bruising.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if like you can feel like torn muscles, as if you've overstrained your arms, where this thing has grabbed hold of you.
She kind of looks at it and just puts her axe on her back. I've had worse.
You're quite fearsome in battle.
Thanks, I guess.
Got a good swing, and they smile. Is that all of them?
Can I do a 360 hour head turn to see if there's anything else?
You can indeed. Roll me a perception check.
That's a nat 1.
We're safe.
It's fine.
It
guys.
looks like the only thing left in here is a body that was already autopsied and had been dealt with. So, place is empty apart from you lot.
Did you see the bag man
Bunch
in
of
the
stinking
corner?
corpses.
Guys, I see a bag.
Should we burn these?
I'm going to be honest, looking at like the half body that's been dragged across the floor with the thorn whip. I don't think they're getting back up anytime soon.
It's not about getting up, it's about spreading this sickness.
That's true. You could probably deal with them, yes.
Lyre just starts unleashing firebolt on the bodies. It's
Please don't set the place on fire.
I'm aiming for the bodies, and it's magical arcana. It'll be fine.
There's a wooden floor.
Old, rotten wooden floor.
Yeah, it's probably damp.
With blood, maybe.
It's now damp with
black
blood. It's rather
Yeah,
unpleasant.
yeah,
It takes a little while for some of these to catch, but you do begin to kind of burn the bodies. Or burn pieces of the bodies and then finding other pieces of the bodies, and it's... Kaiden, you still have a jaw in your hand.
He's gonna go wash it off.
There's a sink. I'm just kind of...
I mean, he's washing himself
Like
up
that.
as well, but he cleans it and just kind of tosses it to the ground.
The water's now black. It smells bad in here. It smells real bad. Ollie seems completely
Oh, this is coming
unfazed.
out.
It seems as if Ollie doesn't have a sense of smell.
Huh.
They didn't have a nose, so...
Fair
Wouldn't
point.
Kaiden would smell it more, being like a ball person?
Yeah, you would.
He's just
And
gonna dip
Sinza,
his-
that is strong.
Sinza's trying to keep a straight face. She's trying to look cool in front of Ollie.
Hey, Toby,
Hi.
are there any more healing potions on the table in front of me?
You can roll me an investigation check.
+3, 21.
Alright, give me a second. I'll tell you what you find.
Oh, hell yeah! Nobody's gonna know.
I think Kaiden's gonna stuff his nose for moss to try and block the smell. So that one kid with bad sinuses that stuffs tissue up their
Yeah.
nose.
You have to talk like you've got stuffed nostrils now, though.
No.
So you find a potion of healing,
Nice.
and you find a bottle of alchemist's fire.
This looks familiar.
Hmm?
Did I get burned by one of these just before?
Yeah,
I don't know. That looks like liquid. I thought it was fire that burnt you earlier. So this smells really bad.
That's cool. Thank you, Toby.
that's all right.
Oh, dang, he's already added it. Damn, Toby's quick. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Ollie kind of moves away from some of the bodies, and is beginning to kind of look around, investigating the church, writing a few notes in a little book that they pull off of their waist. What are the rest of you doing?
Kaiden is warily avoiding this bag over here. He's giving it a wide berth to check on Sinza. You doing okay?
Yeah, that was intense.
You hurt? You start getting like the
couple-
mud and honey already.
Okay, couple bruises. That's not necessary.
You sure?
I think it's necessary.
Okay,
Is it?
No. I will grab you. Do not put that shit on me. No offense,
That
but
shit is healing, alright?
okay, just get it
Or do
over
you get an
with.
infection?
I didn't get cut. I just got hit.
Oh, we don't know that.
She kind of puts her arm out.
And he's gonna use like a little bit and just smear a light, very light coat so that it doesn't like mess it up. And then he'll get another globule of it and slap it on, and then cast Cure Wounds.
Yum yum yum.
Oh boy.
Hey, Toby.
Yes.
Are they covered in the black blood?
The bodies, or
Sinza and
yes.
Kaiden?
Yeah.
Is any of it on their face, near their mouth?
No, because they're very tall. Comparatively to what they were fighting, there may be a little bit of a splatter along the bottom of the jaw, but it's mostly just kind of soaked into fur, across the chest, legs, arms kind of area.
Okay. Thank you.
Just getting clarification on something.
Shall we check on the guys outside, make sure they're all good?
Probably not a bad idea.
Oh, thank you, Dex.
Okay.
I'll start to head outside.
Sinza's gonna wait for Kaiden and then she'll head out with everyone.
Kaiden,
Oh.
Yep.
you are suddenly very aware that there is a cold hand pressed against you. And then another, and then another. And you feel this plethora of palms pressing against your torso, against your arms, and then one kind of presses over your jaw. And you're beginning to feel lightheaded. Sinza, as you're stood next to him, you see Kaiden's eyes suddenly roll back in his head. And as before he even hits the floor, there's this almost like blanket that just sort of passes over him, and Kaiden is gone.
Oh my. Sinza is like immediately just like searching the switch. She's like, did I see that? Did I imagine that? And then she's like, she puts her arm out to where he was to try and fill the air to see if he's there. And then the panic starts to set in.
He's not there.
Lyre?
Where's Kaiden?
He was just here. I don't know where he went. I don't know where he went. He's just gone.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic real quick.
There are traces of what you immediately pick up as being an invisibility spell. There are traces, but they're in all different directions. There's just streaks across the room in your vision, and there's no sign of Kaiden.
Do you see anything? Did you find anything?
They were using magic. Illusion magic to appear invisible. I don't know if there's multiple or just one, and it was very quick. Kaiden is gone.
Ymir kind of hurriedly moves up to you and says that the spirit that was following Kaiden has left.
Like left, like walked out the door?
Like moved outside. And they're like, where did Kaiden go?
Sinza kind of gently grabs Ymir on her shoulders. You said the spirit that was following him is moving.
She nods.
Okay. Let's maybe it's following where he went. Let's follow that.
And you like Ymir like nods and says, I can keep an eye on them.
Okay.
So you have a bit of a trail as to where Kaiden could have gone, but other than that, it disappeared without a trace, and that makes you think that's exactly what happened to Aurelio.
Yeah.
And with that, we are going to end our session. Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye. He's on the floor. He's on the floor.
Dude is dedicated.
Dan really committed to the bit.
Commit to the bit, bro.